Hello, Amy Fairweiss on behalf of the St. Francis Homelessness Challenge. It is not humane to sweep people off the streets and take their belongings without providing an alternative location. That's a quote from then Supervisor David Campos from 2016. Here's another quote. Sweeping people and saying get out of here is just going to move them from one place to the next. That's a quote from then Board President London Breed from last year in 2018. Across the political spectrum, we agree that we have a public health and safety crisis because thousands of people are living in crisis conditions on our streets. I'm going to give some good news, some sobering news, and then some more good news. First, the good news is that through the work of the city and advocates, SF has grown our shelter bed capacity to 2,300 and our supported housing units to 7,700, with more in the pipeline. Now for the sobering news. Looking at the city's pipeline of shelter beds and housing units for 2019 and 2020, we know our best case scenario is that we cut the shelter waitlist in half and we still have more than 1,000 people living in crisis conditions on the streets. Now for the good news of what is possible. In December 2018, California State permanently adopted building code standards for emergency shelter response that include guidelines for tiny home emergency shelter cabins, insulated tents on platforms, and baseline services for transitional villages. This could allow SF to lease or sublease public and private land to service organizations with a license agreement, insurance, and baseline state guidelines in order to develop and operate safe, organized spaces, which was talked about earlier by Jennifer and the coalition is included in this definition. Safe organized spaces are community integrated transitional villages that meet California state codes for emergency shelter, operate in partnership with property owners, neighbors, and village residents in coordination with existing city services, and activate underutilized public and private land with license agreements, insurance, baseline health and safety standards, a built-in process for multi-stakeholder input, and site-specific agreements. SafeOrganizedSpaces.org. Learn more about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.